What a weekend of the World Baseball Classic. Saturday's games featured two walk-offs, and boy oh boy, this tournament has lived up to its hype. Welcome to Sports News Flash at 12. I am your host, Miguel Mike Medina. The Dominican Republic took on Team Nicaragua on Friday, and they got off to a very strong start. I gotta give credit to Nicaragua because they played well in the first couple of innings of the game. But then when Junior Caminero he hit that two-run home run, that's what really got the party started for Dominican Republic. O'Neal Cruz he hit a home run as well. Manny Machado made two sensational defensive plays at third that Vlad Jr. was just amazed by by what he was doing. So, but Team Dominican Republic, they absolutely were in command. Again, give credit to Nicaragua. The way they played in the first couple of innings was sensational. And they got their first win of the tournament, Dominican Republic. So there was that on Friday, but it was mostly Saturday's game that was very interesting. On Saturday, there were not one but two walk-offs. Ozzy Albies from the Atlanta Braves, he led Team Netherlands to victory when he hit that clutch three-run home run in the bottom of the ninth to stun Nicaragua 4-3. Heartbreaking loss for Nicaragua. You feel bad for the pitcher. But Team Netherlands, that's a team that sometimes gets overlooked because everyone talks about Team USA, Japan, Venezuela, Dominican Republic, but the Netherlands, they've always had a lot of talent for so many years. And Ozzy hitting that home run was huge. And then we have the Panama versus Puerto Rico game, which is one of the best games on Saturday. Panama, give them a lot of credit. They jumped up 2-zip, but then Puerto Rico, they rallied in the ninth. They tied it with bases loaded walk. Then in the 10th, Panama had Jose Caballero, who gave them the lead with a base hit to put them up 3-2. But again, Puerto Rico just finds a way to fight back. They don't quit. They tie the game in the bottom of the 10th with a double play. There was a man on first and third with no outs. And then Darnell Hernandez, he walked it off when he hit the ball to left field. And Puerto Rico went crazy. The team went crazy. What a game, what a victory. To have two walk-offs in the World Baseball Classic, something that hasn't been done in the 20 years of the World Baseball Classic, that is gold. That is sensational. So Puerto Rico moves on to 2-0. Just great baseball. Great, sensational baseball that we have been witnessing. Another great game that took place on Saturday was Chinese Taipei versus Korea. Stuart Fairchild, he hit a two-run home run the 8th to give Taipei the 4-3 lead. But then Korea responded back with a double to tie the game in the bottom of the 8th. Chinese Taipei's bunts and base running ability gave them the lead in the 10th inning. And they managed to hold on and win. Chinese Taipei stays alive in Pool C. As of this recording right now, this morning, Japan, they defeated Australia and they won Pool C, so they advanced. They stay undefeated. They won the World Baseball Classic in 2023, and we can't count them out, especially when we have a guy like Shohei Ohtani there. Venezuela, they beat Israel 11-3. Emmanuel De Jesus, who was the starting pitcher for Venezuela, he had 8 strikeouts through 5 innings. Luis Arias, my goodness, he had a great performance. He went deep, not once, but twice in this game. Salvador Perez, who's the captain of this team, he had a good performance. Eugenio Suarez, Gino, he hit a deep shot to left field. That's for a home run. A man that's got a lot of power. Venezuela, another team that is stacked. Anything can happen in the World Baseball Classic. Anyone can step up. Last but not least, Team USA took on Great Britain. Team USA won 9-1. But I gotta say, there's Great Britain's starting rotation. They pitched pretty well the first 4 innings of this game. But then the 5th inning changed everything. Kyle Schwarber, When he hit that shot, that upper deck shot in right field, it was the beginning of them opening the floodgates, and they just kept pouring on. Gunnar Henderson did his thing. But what we mostly remember about that game of last night was Kyle Schwarber hitting it out. Trace Thompson, I gotta mention him. He's the right fielder for Great Britain. He has made 2 sensational plays in this tournament at right field, and one of them came last night against Team USA. Trace Thompson, for those of you who don't know, he's the brother of NBA player Klay Thompson. Lucas Ramirez. I gotta mention Lucas Ramirez because he's the son of Manny Ramirez. And on Friday against Team USA, he hit not 1, but 2 home runs in that game. And he's only 20 years old. I'm looking forward to seeing more of this kid. So, me personally, I grew up watching Manny Ramirez, one of the greatest right-handed hitters I've ever seen with my own eyes. And me and him, we went to the same high school, George Washington High School. He went there in the late 80s, early 90s. I went there from 2006 through 2010. He was one of the main reasons why I went to that school, because I wanted to try for the baseball team. It didn't work out, but Manny Ramirez is a legend in G-dubs. So, but I'm looking forward to see more of his son, Lucas Ramirez, and I'm happy that he had his moment in the World Baseball Classic, and hopefully he continues to produce more for many more years to come. North Carolina Tar Heels versus the Duke Blue Devils. Caleb Wilson, he's out for the rest of the season due to broken hand injury. Duke, first half, they had a double-digit lead, but then UNC, the Tar Heels, they fall back, and they got as close as to 3. And they took advantage, especially when Caleb Foster was taken out of the game, when he went down with a foot injury. But that was not the end of the story. All right? One of the things that affected Carolina in this game were the turnovers. The turnovers absolutely affected them. The second half was completely all Duke. The second half, everything belonged to Duke, offensively and defensively. Duke is one of the most elite defensive teams in the nation. They're a great team. And, you know, Cameron Boozer, he's just outstanding, phenomenal. But I also got to mention Malik Brown. Malik Brown was all over the place in this game. And Duke was just on a mission. They won this game 76-61. It's their 32nd straight win, the longest active streak in Division I. Thank you for tuning into Sports News Flash at 12. Have a great Sunday. Be safe, everyone. And may God bless each and every one of you. Take care.